Hello everyone, I'm back again today to make another soap for you. As you can see, I've already got my lye mixed with my hard oils and butters. Just waiting for these last couple little stubborn pieces of cocoa and shea butter to melt down. Today we're going to be making the Perfect Man soap. The Perfect Man is a fragrance that I get from Nurture's Gardens. It is one of their custom signature fragrances. If you're looking for a really nice smell for your man, this is by far one of the best fragrances for men that I have found. I absolutely love it. This is my third batch of Perfect Man soap in 2 months, I believe it is. It's just one that I cannot keep in stock. With this, it's just a plain, no frills soap, black and white, and that's it. Alright, now that I've got those melted, I'm going to go ahead and add the liquid oils. Scrape out every bit of it that I can get out. What does stay in here will actually get blended in because I'm going to add, when I pour off of my colors, some of it's going into this pitcher. So I will not lose any of it. But as good as I scrape my containers, there's not a whole lot left in it. That's one of the rules of soap making. Scrape, scrape, scrape. Don't leave anything behind. We want it in our soap so that it goes on our skin. That aside for now. I'm going to add my kaolin clay and my buttermilk powder. I'm going to add that in a second. That way it will get all blended in. Put this in my dirty dish pile. I'll get my stick blender in here and time to start blending. I'm going to push some of this and try to get it down in a little bit so it does not poop up everywhere before I really tap out the air bubbles and get the stick blending good. Alright, I think that'll be fine. The rest of it will go in without making a mess. As most of you know, those that at least watch me from my pearl parties, or I should say Christy Haynes' pearl parties, not mine. I just help her out on them. You know that we opened in the new location this past Saturday, and it was amazing. For those of you that come down to the store to see us and that I got to talk to, thank you. It was a pleasure. I loved meeting everyone. I also want to say thank you for all that bought my products. Saturday was my highest day in total of items sold and amount brought in ever. So thank you all very much for that. It made my weekend the best weekend that I could have. I am very appreciative to those of you that did purchase and the ones that don't purchase but support me. I appreciate you all. So thank you very much. Got a little bit of a mess going on, so let's clean that up before I get it everywhere. Had my stick blender too close to the top of the container, so it splashed it up over the side. It's okay, it happens, no big deal. we are at emulsification with this. Blend it for a few more minutes. I want to take it a little bit thicker than what I normally do. I don't want the black and the white muddying together and turning my soap gray, although the end batch that I do with the little bit that's left over ends up being a gray and white soap, and it is just as pretty and works just as well. Even though guys don't like pretty soaps, to me it is still pretty soap. Scrape this off, and then I'll get these separated out for the colors, and we'll get going. Like I said, it's a very simple, plain, but the black and white I feel makes for a nice masculine looking soap, and it seemed to be a very big hit because I have, at least as far as I know, I have 2 bars of it left down at the store. For about that much for this container. And again, I'm making another mess. Let me grab a paper towel. I may add some more into that. We'll see. Make sure it can get in the frame. If I end up with even amounts of black and white, then that will be even better. If I end up with a little bit more black than white, that's fine too. So get this all scraped out. I'm doing what we call a water discount on this soap. Because I need to push the cure time on it. We have an event coming up where the store is located. I know I keep calling it our store, but it's not mine, it's Christy's store. But we have an event coming up in downtown Rockmart today, in a few weeks, and I want to try to push this so that it is hard and cured in time that I can have it to restock for that event. Alright, let's set that to the side, and this one is going to be my black, so let's bring this in. We're going to work with the white first. I have my white colorant mixed up here. I'm just going to pour that all in. I may end up even needing a little bit more, I'm not sure, but if I do, it just takes me a brief minute to mix it up. So we'll start with this and see how white I can get it. Alright, in with the stick blender we go. Still too yellowy for me, so let me grab my titanium dioxide and my water. Mix up just a smidgen more. I like that drastic black and white look. I don't want black and cream look, so I can get this lightened up some more. I used to, and when I get back to steady, well, not steady soaping, but soaping more than lotion making. I will have my titanium dioxide pre-mixed in a big squirt bottle, because like with my Christmas line coming up, I will go through a lot of white with it, especially for the soaps that I like that winter white snow look to. And that way I don't have to mix up these little batches at a time like that. But lately I've been doing more lotions than I have anything else, so I've not been keeping the bigger batches of white mixed up on hand, and just mixing up these little batches as needed. I know that. Try a white colorant as well. Grab my blacks while I'm at it. I'll go ahead and get a portion of fragrance oil going into we may be going for more of a creamier style white than normal, but I guess that's okay. A little difference never hurt anything. Whoops. Get that off of me. Because of splashing like that, that is the importance of wearing an apron and gloves. So let's get as much of the white scraped back into here as we can, and get the black mixed up before my white settles, or not settles, but thickens up too much. It's one of the effects of using titanium dioxide. It does thicken up your batters, so you do have to remember that. That's why one reason I start with a thinner batter when I'm working with my whites. That sit there, and we'll go ahead and get my blacks in. And for this I use a combination of a black oxide pigment and this one is a gray called Marcasite, but I like to use the combination of it because the gray just adds a little bit of shimmer to the black soap. Let's get this going. I'm going to add a little bit more of the oxide. I do want it a smidge darker than that. I'll get this strapped in underneath there. And while I am blending that, I'll go ahead and blend the fragrance and get it all done in one shot. Change hands, that finger's getting tired. little bit of fragrance out. Whoops, that was hiding up in the spout. I'm going to go ahead and finish by hand just to make sure I've got everything well blended, and we can get this poured. I know the last couple of videos I've done, people said that I sound really low in them, and if that's the case, you will have to forgive me for that. You know, the noise of the stick blender, for one, does not help with that, and for two, I don't have any fancy high-tech cameras. The one I use is just a cheap Fuji little HD camera. If I'm going to keep doing videos continually, once I get better with them and everything, and see if I have a viewer base that even wants to watch them, then I will invest in a better recording system. But for now, I will just keep trying to talk a little bit louder so that I can be heard. Alright, let me get this one. This one's too short and it's falling down in my white. So let's go ahead and get that one out of here. It's just making a mess for me. Alright, just giving my white a good stir. And now I will tell you, this is going to be more than I need for this soap mold that I'm using right now. But I'm going to pour the rest into a second mold so that I can get 2 batches of soap out of this one if I have enough to. Close in there. Alright, so we're going to pour in a layer of the black. Bit more. I do have a little bit more black than the white. Nice strong solid base to it. Go ahead and shake this around a little bit and get it where I want it. I'm going to go in with the white layer. I will not do any kind of swirls in this other than what comes out of it. I do not want to muddy it and turn it into a gray soap instead of a black and white soap. If you like watching my videos, and you do watch them from time to time, let me know that you do by giving me a thumbs up on the videos on YouTube. A little bit more white. I'm going to put a thin layer of black onto the top, and we'll swirl it. But first, give this a tap down, get rid of the air bubbles. I apologize that it's noisy and it does bounce the table. I'm going to try to make this a thin black layer, since it is going to have white on top too. Put it on, bounce it down, and just make it as thin as I can, and then we'll get the whites on the top and we'll get it swirled together, and then we'll call it good. A little bit of the white does show through this black layer on top, it's okay, because as I said, there is white going on the top. This is just try to give it a more uniform appearance. Let's see, just a little bit more on this side. Bounce it on down to the end, get it in all the nooks and crannies. A little bit more, cover this white right there up. Alright, let me clean up that edge real quick. Although once I start swirling it, I'm going to make more of a mess anyway, but that's okay. I'll clean it up when I'm done. Now, just a quick tap to settle it down. And let's get the white on the top. That's another nice thing with the soaps. You know, I try to, when I'm doing repeat batches, to get them to look as close to the first batch as I can, but no two batches ever turn out the same. That's what makes handmade soap making unique. So I'm just going to come in with a chopstick and give a swirl to the top. I apologize if you hear me sniffing. I think I'm trying to come down with a cold already. Alright. I'm going to call that good. I'm not going to do anything more to it. As I said, this is just a no frill soap for men. So we're going to call that good. Going to let this sit for 24 to 48 hours, and I will bring you back for the cutting. Thank you for watching. Hi everyone. I'm back today to cut our Perfect Man soap. So let's get started. Let's get it lined up in my mold. Or I should say cutter, and cut away. Alright, so we got that little end piece. Those little end pieces I saved for samples. There we go. This is selling so fast right now. I had to get restock on it going, or I'm going to sell out of it soon. Here's what the top looks like. The edges of the soap before I sell them, I clean them up with a vegetable peeler. Called beveling the edges so that it's not a rough, sharper feeling edge as you're holding the soap in your hand. So I'll give that a day or two to sit and harden up a little bit more before I do that. That also takes care of those rougher pieces, like here at the bottom where I'm cleaning them up with my finger. That takes care of those on the bottom of the soap as well. There's my paper towel. Clean off my wires so I can do the next section. Just set in here and get it lined up. line in that one. Like I said, just as far as a woman's standpoint, it is a beautiful bar soap, but from a man's standpoint, it's just a clean, classic look. You know, no frills, no nothing for them. They don't like all the glitter and fancy colors like I put in the women's soaps. And then out of that batch, you didn't see me pour it, but I also got a smaller loaf, and it's more white than black, just because of the way the colors are in with it. So we're going to cut it at the same time. It just leaves me, you know, extra soap to have stocked in my store here for online sales, as well as enough soap for in the store where I sell my products at. Just a different look to this one, but again, just that classic black and white, no frills, just a very pretty, gorgeous bar of soap. And the smell, OMG. This Perfect Man fragrance is right now my favorite out of any of the men fragrances I have tried. And that will be a sample bar. Let's go ahead and cut the sample pieces while we're at it. This one here, that one there. Get it all. Yes, we can. Get them all in one shot. Set this one over here, keeping the light colors from each batch together. Samples to go with the darker batch. For those of you that do not know, what I do with these sample pieces is once they're cured and ready to go with the regular batch of soap, I include those in my customers' orders. Get just a different sample, whatever I have available at the time. I'll put it in with their orders so that they can try something that they have not tried before. Alright, I'm going to get these on my curing racks and get them ready to go. And I'll get this video put together and I will get it attached to, uploaded to YouTube. Thank you for watching.